So where are you headed?
Aspen.
California. Beautiful.
They were like, yeah, we can dodge a potato. He had a huge bruise right on his thigh from a potato smack. I mean, we're going down the road about 55 miles an hour in the dark. Hello, welcome to Comedy Parenting Radio. Glad you guys joined us. Once again, my name is Jerry Begley, and we got the Begley kids here in Studio B, and we're going to be back in just a moment. We'll be talking about the time that I went to look for Noah's Ark.
Hey, just a second. I want to hear something different.
You don't want to hear about Noah's Ark?
Nah.
What do you want to hear about?
Potato cannons.
What?
Yeah. Potato cannons.
Okay, we'll be right back, and we'll be talking about potato cannons.
Treesock Press wants your cheeks to hurt. You can laugh a little, or you can laugh a lot. When you read other children's books, you have to force yourself to smile now and then. But when you read Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come, you laugh so hard your cheeks hurt. It's your choice, fake smiles or cheeks that hurt. Pick up your copy of Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come wherever lousy comedy books are sold. My cheeks hurt just reading this.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
Okay, welcome back to Comedy Parenting Radio. We're in the studio, and we're going to be talking about potato cannons.
Dad, how did you find out about potato cannons?
Well, as a ski instructor, I had some private lesson clients that were from Texas, and they told me about how they made these cannons out of PVC pipe, and they could shoot potatoes really, really far.
How far?
I don't know. They were talking like, close to 100 yards. And I was really intrigued that you could shoot a potato 100 yards.
How did they manage to shoot them 100 yards?
They basically used hairspray, and they exploded it inside of this cannon, and it shot the potato at the end.
How do you make a potato cannon, Dad?
Well, you need to take a couple of kinds of heavy PVC pipe. And by the way, I wouldn't use the cheapest, thinnest stuff. I would use the heavy PVC pipe, like a Schedule 80 weight or something like that. You have a 3-inch round tube, and you have about a 1.5-inch round tube, and then you have something that adapts between the two, kind of necks it down, and then you have an end cap on the 3-inch thing. And you go to Walmart, to the camping section, and you grab a lantern lighter, which is basically a flint that sparks, and you can put it into a lantern, and you drill a hole in the side of the big pipe, shove it in there, put the screws down, and the back end should have a cap that unscrews, so you can make it a little bit tight. And that's how you make it. And you have to use pipe glue. Anyway, and the cool thing is what really makes this thing go is hairspray.
What kinds of hairspray?
I think the very best kind of hairspray in the world would be Aquanet. Today's show is sponsored by Aquanet. No, we're not sponsored by Aquanet at all. You would spray Aquanet hairspray in there.
How much hairspray do you put in there?
Well, I would hold the button down for about anywhere from 1 to 3 seconds. So don't overdo it there. But obviously, a little bit more hairspray would give you more oomph with the potato.
Enough to make a large combustion.
Yeah. But wouldn't it make it explode?
No, that's why you have the heavy-duty pipe. If you don't, maybe you could get the thing to explode in your hands. That wouldn't be so much fun.
Where have you shot this potato cannon?
Well, let's see. I've shot potato cannons all over in western Colorado, maybe some other places too. I do remember taking it to work one time.
What happened?
Well, I think it was during annual Take Potato Cannons to Work Day, and I was a snowmaker, so I took it to snowmaking, and we were working late at night, and I said, hey, look what I got here in my locker. Pulled it out and showed them, and no one had ever seen a potato cannon before. So we went outside with a bag of potatoes and a bunch of hairspray, and we pointed it straight up in the air in the dark. And so we'd have about 6 or 8 guys standing around looking, and I would go thunk and launch it, and this potato would go clear up in the air in the dark, about 100 yards, I guess. And we just stood around waiting for it to fall, and we didn't know if it was going to hit one of us on the head.
Did you ever get like flaming potatoes?
No, we never did have flaming potatoes. We're going to be right back with a little bit more on Potato Cannon Connection.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Great gopher holes, it slipped my mind.
Okay, you're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. My name's Jerry. Got the Begley kids here. We're talking about the Potato Cannon Connection. And one time I took one to work. It was in the early days of potato cannons when it was kind of a new and novel thing. And I would be up in this control building where the guys would take snowmobiles out at night and run around and make snow with guns and hoses and stuff. Anyway, the guys would come back when it was still kind of light out, and I would stand there with the potato cannon, and as they were driving by, I would shoot at them.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever hit any of them?
Well, they thought that was pretty cool, and so they were like, yeah, we can dodge a potato. One time I did hit a guy.
Oh.
Where?
I hit him right in the thigh, and he came in, and he showed me later on that evening he had a huge bruise right on his thigh from a potato smacking him.
Did you ever hit any other objects, like planes or something?
Yeah, I think I'll tell you about that one just a little bit later in this show. I also took it to ski school when I was working there. I had a supervisor asked me to bring the potato cannon, and so I would take it on one day each week.
You don't get a lot of that nowadays.
Well, no, there's not a lot of potato cannon work at ski schools. But anyway, the supervisor asked me to bring it, and I would be at the top of the mountain after lunch when the kids were out there, and we would load up one potato, and we would shoot it at the other ski area.
Do you think it ever made it?
Well, the other ski area is about a mile away, and I think the potato went about 100 yards. But it was pretty spectacular watching this potato go shooting out and dropping down into the valley. So it was a lot of fun.
Have you ever used it for anything weird?
Well, I pulled teeth with it before.
Teeth?
Yeah, my oldest son, Caleb, had a loose tooth, and we were working on a horse ranch, and so we went outside of the barn where we were living, and I had a big, long fishing line, and I put a big, giant, round fender washer, stuffed it down in the potato, and tied the other end of the string around his tooth, and had this little guy stand out there and said, When I tell you, just go, ah. It's, I sprayed the hairspray, put the end on put the back on real quick, and said, okay, go, ah. And so he went, ah. And we went blap. And there goes the potato, and there goes the tooth out of his mouth.
Did you find the tooth?
No, we never find the teeth when we pull them weird ways. We're going to be right back with more Comedy Parenting Radio.
I don't believe it. My savings are gone. They're gone.
You're kidding.
Nope, they're gone. They're gone.
Okay, all right. Think about it. Where did you have them last?
I remember I was home, then I took them, and then I spent them on that vacation to Aruba. Then I bought this miniature suit of armor I saw in the in-flight magazine.
And that's the last you saw of your savings?
Yes.
This is so weird.
I know, right?
Weird? Not really. Not saving now means no money later. You'd be surprised how quickly a little money from every paycheck can really add up. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
The armor is cool, though. Oops. I think I broke its gauntlet.
You broke my favorite part.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Okay, we're talking about the potato cannon connection here up at Studio B in Marble, Colorado. It's a beautiful time to be up here with you guys. And I was just telling you a little bit earlier about how I shot the potato cannon at another ski area from the top of one ski area. And what the boss didn't know was on the way up the chairlift with the potato cannon, I would load that thing up and I would shoot it at the lift operators that were on the other chairlifts.
Did you ever hit any of them?
No, but they really liked the idea of being shot at with a potato.
Really?
Yeah.
Famous last words. Snap.
What's the coolest thing you ever shot with a potato cannon?
Oh, that's hands down. That would have to be the time we had a bowling party for ski instructors.
Ski instructors had bowling parties?
Well, yeah, you got to do something other than teach skiing. So we had a bowling party, and this was with the Aspen Ski School. We got on the Max the Moose bus, which is a purple bus, kind of a 20-person bus. It's all decorated and whatnot. Headed down the road to the ski area, kind of in the dark, and I took the potato cannon along. Don't ask me why you would take a potato cannon to a bowling party, but I did. Anyway, I was shooting the potato cannon. I was sticking out of the window of the Moose bus trying to hit the high occupancy vehicle signs as we drove by, and I just couldn't quite get it because the windows didn't come down low enough, and it was really, really difficult to do that. So we're going down the road about 55 miles an hour in the dark, and I asked the guy who was driving the bus to open the door. So he opens the door while we're driving down the highway in the dark, and I hooked my arm onto the rail, the little hand thing that you hang onto when you go up the bus, and I leaned just a little bit out of the bus with the potato cannon all loaded up, and when the HOV sign came by, blap, and eventually I hit one of the signs and dented it.
You dented it?
Well, yeah, there's still a dent in it today.
Really? So they didn't replace it? They just cleaned it?
I assume they just cleaned the potato off of it and kept the sign there.
Cheap.
Anyway, you've been listening to the Potato Cannon Connection here on Comedy Parenting Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, do not try this at home. Always do it at your neighbor's house if you need to do it, okay?
This
This is the most magnificent discarded living room set I've ever seen.